This conflict of interest. You only here to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no crime.
Wait a minute.
Ain't no
I'm
victim
not
or
your
no
man.
loss, bro.
I'm not your, listen, I'm
Hey,
not your
look,
man.
look, sir.
I'm not your
Hey,
bro.
sir, respectfully, you're an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. You've been on the bench since what, 21? Couple years? You need to talk to somebody.
I'm not your bro, I'm not your man, and I'm not to be interrupted when I'm speaking. I gave you the respect and the right to speak. Just because you're unsatisfied with the way that I ruled, then that's not my problem.
All right, everyone. Today we have a really intense court showdown for you. Judge Perkins versus a sovereign citizen who missed his court date. And get this, his excuse? He said he was locked out of the Zoom call. Yes, that was the actual reason he gave. Judge Perkins wasn't convinced for a second and promptly denied his motion. Unsurprisingly, this sent the defendant into a full meltdown. Missing a court date is serious, and his smug attitude only made things worse. Let me know what you think about this hearing in the comments. Now, let's dive into this fiery courtroom moment where Judge Perkins takes complete control and shows exactly how the court handles someone trying to bend the rules.
Excuse me, sir. I heard you say that you only read the first couple lines. Is there any way we could possibly take another case until you get the chance to read the entire thing? It's only 2 pages.
I'm not going to read this entire thing today.
It's only like 3 paragraphs, the entire thing. The rest are just case sightings.
All right, I'm gonna deny the motion. I will set the matter for.
Is there any way I can get a written? Can I get a written articulation as to why you're denying the motion?
I'm denying the motion because
I would just appreciate a written excuse. Can I get a written articulation?
I'm not give it to you in writing.
Are we on record? Are we on record?
We're on record.
Okay. Is this court bound by the U.S. Constitution and Supreme Court rulings?
Yes.
Okay, you were denying my motion when I said that I had Fourth Amendment violations, and you're saying that you're denying my motion without looking into it or granting me a hearing to go over my motion, or give me an articulation as to why, a written excuse as to why. I want to make sure that that's what you're saying to me.
You're asking for a change of venue. I'm denying.
I'm saying that no, there's a motion for dismissal, and I'm saying that you, as an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause, if you're not going to uphold my due process and my Fourth Amendment, I'm saying that maybe we could change venues where I could get a real judge.
Okay, I'm denying a motion to dismiss. Okay, I'll set a trial date for you so you can be heard on that type of forum.
I insist that the court give me a written excuse as to why you're denying my motion, so I could take that to the tenor. Okay.
Well, you can insist all you want to.
Okay. I appreciate that, but I'm telling you, you're telling me today why you're not gonna look into it or give me a hearing. That's so I can go over the evidence that I have to present to go with my motion. You don't want to do any of that, so I'm just asking that you can give me a written excuse that I could go take and complain against you on, because that's violating my due process. You didn't even give me the chance to say we're going to schedule a evidentiary hearing or something like that. You're going to sit up here and disregard that when I made genuine claims and put genuine evidence in there. Overwhelming.
I honestly can't tell if this guy is completely out of touch or just pretending to be clueless. Let me know what you think about his motion and his request for a new judge. Here's the reality. The judge isn't required to provide a written explanation for denying a motion, especially when it has no legal basis at all. It's almost comical because now he's upset simply because Judge Perkins said no, and his solution is to just keep pushing. You can tell this guy has never really taken responsibility for his actions. Sovereign citizens seem to be getting bolder and more extreme with their antics, and for some reason, it's becoming more popular. I just don't get it. Every single time they go to court, their motions are denied, and they usually end up paying more than their original fines. It's baffling. But anyway, let's get back into the courtroom action.
So at the end of the day, like I said, there's no crime. This is a fraudulent charge. There's no suspect. Y'all suspect me for no crime. There's no victim, no losses. Okay? And in a minute, it's going to be malicious prosecution. So I'm asking you to dismiss this charge or change the venue. And if you refuse to do that, I'm asking you for a written excuse so I can take it to the tenor, sir. That's what I'm telling you. Because if not, I'm going to go to the tenor without it and let them know that you refuse to give me a written excuse and you refuse to give me an evidentiary hearing, but you just straight denied it. When you just 5 minutes ago, you said you didn't even read it. Now you just denied it. That's conflict of interest. That's bias. That's all that. So let's put it all on record. If you feel just as strongly as you feel, give me a written excuse. If not, let's change venue. Because you're an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. This conflict of interest, you only here to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no crime.
Wait a minute.
Ain't no victim or no loss, bro.
I'm not your, listen, I'm not your man.
Look, sir. Hey, sir, respectfully, you're an Article 1 judge under the Commerce Clause. You've been on the bench since what, 21? Couple years? You need to talk to somebody. I'm asking you to give me an evidentiary hearing to go over my motion for dismissal with the overwhelming evidence or change venue. Because if not, I'm going straight to the tender right after this. And that's on you, sir. You had this. You did this.
Oh, all right. Now I'll let you speak.
Straight like that.
No, that's all we need. I don't want to hear any more.
All right, cool.
You.
It's cool. I appreciate it. This due process violation. This is a due process violation right now. And the way y'all tried to railroad me when I was ready to argue my trial. I told you I was here to argue my trial. Y'all locked me out. Now you're trying to start the process over. They're not prepared to present a case. I'm telling you. They're not prepared to present an injured party. So what are we doing?
Listen. Please do not say any more. You've already made your record. I've given you that opportunity. If you continue on, especially interrupting me while I'm talking, because I didn't interrupt you while you were talking. I'm not your bro, I'm not your man, and I'm not to be interrupted when I'm speaking. I gave you the respect and the right to speak. Just because you're unsatisfied with the way that I ruled, then that's not my problem. You take whatever. Wait a minute. Let me say it. You take whatever recourse that you feel that is necessary. Now, what I can do, Mr. Lewis, is I can set you a jury trial date. And at that jury trial date, you will have an opportunity to represent yourself or do whatever you want to do and put all your proofs on the record by a jury of your peers, and you can argue it that way, okay?
This guy really should be held in contempt. How is Judge Perkins being this patient right now? Honestly, if it were me, I'd have already banged the gavel. These Zoom court hearings are wild because it seems like some defendants suddenly get bold when they're behind a screen. They gain so much confidence and go on these long rants, and there's really no way to stop them in the moment. It's a tricky situation, and honestly, I don't understand why we're still doing these virtual hearings in 2024. I'm willing to bet that if this were in person, many of these sovereign citizens wouldn't dare pull these stunts. I'd love to hear what you all think about Zoom court hearings. It seems like they make the process feel less serious. But anyway, let's get back into the action.
I appreciate that, but I was still like a written.
You order the transcript. It's in the transcript.
I can't even get the court reporter to respond to my voice messages or you to respond to my emails, sir.
The court is not going to respond to your voice message. The court reporter is going to respond to you coming down.
The 36th district told me to call her today, that I was locked out of my trial date. I had a scheduled trial. The court told me to call her that day, and I called her that day, and she still hasn't responded. So I'm trying to see if the court that you work for is trying to tell me how the appropriate channels, and then y'all doing it different in y'all court. What am I to do?
I think you're talking about the court clerk and not the court reporter. There's a distinct.
Yeah, I was told to call the clerk the day that I was locked out. The moment I was locked out.
We've moved past that getting locked out.
But that was my trial date.
Yeah, so I'm giving you another.
How soon can I get another trial date, sir? How soon can I get another trial date? That's what I'm asking.
That's what we're trying to do now. A jury trial. A jury trial. I'm gonna let the jury of his peers hear what he has to say. July 23rd. 2024 at 9 a.m.
July 23rd?
2024 at 9 a.m. We'll have a final pretrial the day before.
Why would we need a final pretrial? Why would we need a final pretrial?
Because I said I wanted one.
But that's how you protecting your interest. You protecting your interest, and you're gonna dismiss it on that date. So you trying to play with me? You could dismiss it today, bro. You literally, but
final pretrial 8:30.
You are literally violating my due process. You can't even give me a written excuse, but you want all this whole.
Mr. Lewis, I know you don't want counsel, but Is it
He
possible
needs
we
it
could talk in a
bad.
breakout?
He doesn't
Can
have
we?
a clue
Excuse me,
what he's
ma'am. I
talking
do.
about.
Excuse me, ma'am. I am in pro se.
Go to
I'm in pro
judicial
se.
tenure. Go wherever you want to. Final pretrial
I
July
am. It's all good.
22nd, and the
I am.
trial date is going to be July 23rd. All the parties must appear on the final pretrial date, and the jury, and that can be on Zoom. And the next day, the jury trial date is in person. Have a very good day, Mr. Green. Best of luck to you.
That's not my name.
This upcoming jury trial is shaping up to be a real challenge for the sovereign citizen. And honestly, I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Let me know if you want to see coverage of that one. If enough of you are interested, I'll definitely post it in the coming days. As for this hearing, what do you all think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. From my perspective, it almost felt like a small win for the sovereign citizen. He openly challenged the judge, and nothing major happened as a result. How is it possible there were no consequences for talking back like that? It seems like the virtual hearings have made it easier for people to act disrespectfully, with little immediate accountability. Personally, I think he should have been held in contempt, but Judge Perkins clearly had a different approach. That's just how the courtroom works sometimes. That wraps up this hearing. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and take care.